Hello, everybody. This is Jane, and I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys and bring just some recent light about the the recent light with Naomi Judd, and just how important it is just to be kind to everybody and chat about it. I've just noticed lately with being around with YouTube and all of the people, just the hateful and mean comments and the just going back and forth. It's just so important to be kind to people. You just don't know what anybody else is going through. And it's kindness, matters. And um we really need to take a step back and look and see something that we're going to say or type out, and it's like, how's that going to make that person feel? you know um how is that going to sound to them? And um the y- hi, how are you, Grits 11? How are you, beautiful? um Yeah, I just was getting on here and talking about, with mental health and, just how important it is just to be. I get this glare with my glasses. It's terrible. And how important it is just to be kind to people. And, I, the, the amount of, things, that we see in children committing and, you know, um, and kids being bullied, and it is so sad. And it just it's heartbreaking. And I have always tried to be kind to people every day. um you know uh, i I always try to put myself into the shoes of the other person and to see, how is this going to make the person feel? You know, I have a niece that has cerebral palsy, and um, she has um, suffered tremendous amounts of bullying. And mentally, she's there. She's graduated high school. She's had jobs, and the amount of torture and bullying that she's went to. She's in her 30s now, and it is heart wrenching. I mean, she would have you know kids at school, and she'd have her walker, and they would push her down, and they would write notes and tell her to kill herself, and to um you know making pictures. And we're talking kids in like junior high school, elementary school, of pictures of her on fire, and just to think that kids that are going through that, and i I don't know how, if they even realize, or if they do realize, and if it's the upbringing in the home. I don't know of how they're um, being affected. Kids are so cool. It's 11. It's so cruel. You know, and like I said, she's in her 30s, and she really does suffer some serious anxiety issues, from this, to this day. And, like I said, yeah, physically, she's handicapped, no doubt about it, and, but mentally she's there. And you know what? She has feelings, and she's, a human being. And it's so sad to me. It's so sad to me to think that people can be this cruel. And I tell you, there would be a cold day if my kids, which are all grown now, but if my kids ever, if I ever knew about it, treated someone like that, yeah. I mean, it just isn't going to happen. You know, I, I, yeah, I have I just, my heart goes out to people, in this bullying. And I've just seen it so much here on YouTube, and it's really heartbreaking. And, I've had this channel for a long time. And I have not went live on it because of how mean people are. And I'm like, I didn't want to deal with it. And I mean, and to know, to sit and to think about, um hi Kim in Colorado, how are you? I hope you're feeling better. um Yeah, she has been through so much, and it is so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. And like I said, actually, one day I would love to bring her on and let her tell her story, because it is so, I mean, it just would just break your heart, because like I said, yes, she's physically disabled, but mentally she's there. And to have kids, and she's in her walker with her physical therapy, and she'd be going down the hall and kids would trip her and make her fall, and, things. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, it just was so cruel. I just could never think about being cruel like that to some other person. Um, I just always want kindness and love, for people. I've always taught my kids, to always treat, what is this glare? We're up at our cabin up north. We came up north to our cabin. This is my happy place. And it's up on lake. We have two private lakes. We have Lake Van Etten, which is across the street, that we have lake access to, and then Lake Huron is just right down the street. And so this is my little cabin. We bought it 2 years ago, and I just absolutely love it. But I don't know where this glare is. Maybe it's coming off my shirt. I don't know. But I just love, people. Sorry, I ramble, but I just love people. And, just, I always want to be kind. And, when I was growing up and people would say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I would say, I want to make a difference. Somehow, I want to make a difference in somebody's life. And I think, part of that, I went into the medical field, and I have 5 kids, five grandbabies, 4 now. I have 1 on the way. That'll be here in September, and I really strive to be, a really good mom and a good grandma and a good wife. And, but I wanted to make a difference. And, when I work with veterans every day, and if I could just give back maybe just a little bit of what they gave to us. I can't work, in with the patients anymore. My body just doesn't allow it. But I still work in the medical field, but I do it on a computer and behind a desk. But I, if I could just do something for them just to give back a little bit of what they gave to us, maybe I'm making a difference a little bit somehow. Um, but I just wanted to get on here and I just wanted to just touch about, it just was laid upon my heart just to talk about, just being kind. And it matters. Just being kind matters to people. And no matter where you are, you could be in a grocery store and just giving somebody a smile or tell them to have a good day. That might be just something that might be all that they need just that day, because you just don't know what they're going through. So, but I didn't even know if I could go live today because I only have 32 subscribers, but maybe I'm grandfathered in because I've had this account for so long, because they did this 50 subscribers thing. I don't know, but I don't even really know how to use the StreamYard thing. But hey, sweet pea. Hi guys. I didn't even see that people would be here. This is my first one. I've never been live before. I've never been on a panel before or anything. And so I just actually I hate putting myself on camera actually, but I just wanted to come in here. I just, it was just laid upon my heart just to talk. And I just wanted to just talk about being kind to people and just to, mental health matters. And, there's so many people that suffer from the invisible illness that nobody wants to ever talk about. And it's really sad. But Kim, I hope that you're feeling better. It makes me sad that you were sick today. I hope that you are better. Oh, those birds. Oh, girl. Yeah. I'd put them out in another room or something. Oh, that drives me crazy. Especially when you're sick. When you're, and having to listen to that, that's the last thing you want to hear is birds. Oh, yeah, they don't care. Oh, gosh. You poor girl. That's terrible. Aw. Did Tucker come home? Can you put him out in another room to maybe get him out and maybe they'll quiet down or something. I don't know. Heather cracked me up with getting a cat. Oh, it's so funny. But she cracks me up. Heather is great. She's so funny. So she always makes me laugh so much. Yeah, definitely need to be moved out of her bedroom. Oh, sweet pea, I hope you're doing well. I'm glad that you guys came in here. We'll be home at 6 a.m. Aw. Kim, I'm so happy for you that you got such a wonderful man. Take care of you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. I have my husband's like that too. I have a very, very sweet husband that is really good like that too. Very blessed. Very blessed. That's good. You deserve it. You're a wonderful person from what, I've found in chat and um, seen you with everybody. I see that you really deserve to have someone like that. You're a very, very sweet person. But if anybody does want to come up, I can try to figure out how to do it. I don't really know, but I can try it. I can get a link. Let me see. How do I do it? How do I do it? I don't even know how to do it. I can try it from my phone. Put the link in the comments. Let's see. I don't even know how to post. How do you get the link? I need some help on here on how to, where in the heck would you find the link to post it in the comment? Press invite. Oh, okay. Copy to clipboard. I got this iOS computer too, and and it's like these little, it's like, how in the heck do you get it to paste? I can get it to, I can do Control V. There we go. September, hello. I did. It's gonna take me a minute. Like I said, this is the first time. And I just pushed live. I was messing with it and I said,
Hi, I'm inviting you to my zoo.
hello.
I'm so glad you came live.
I am. Thank you. And you sound better.
Well, I took me a nap. I got a sheet and I put it completely over their cage.
Oh.
And I told them to have a nice night. And now you still hear these damn things?
Oh yeah, that you can. Yeah.
God almighty.
That's terrible.
I said, Lord, please forgive me. I'd never in my life hurt an animal, but God almighty, these things, I draw a line somewhere.
Yeah. Hi, Jackie. Yeah.
The head's pounding, you're throwing up and you come back and try. You don't even want the bed to move. I was at that point. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh my gosh.
And I'm thinking, okay, no one's touching the bed. No one's moving. But these birds. And I think I've called them every name in the world.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I mean, it's just awful. I'm like, please stop. So finally, he called me and he said, how are you feeling? I said, I'm feeling a little better. So I'm going to try to eat me some soup. And he said, good. And I said, honey, me and the birds are getting ready to have a fight.
And did.
He said, a fight? I said, yes, we're getting ready to tango. I said, they got to go. Please. I said, I don't care where they are in the house, just not in the bedroom. They just don't stop. And I said, today's been extra special because they just don't. I've tried everything to be nice.
Right.
I said, I even tried to hold the damn things.
Oh
And he
gosh,
was
that's
like, you
awful.
didn't put your hands in there, did you? I said, yes, yes, most certainly I did. He goes, Kim, they're going to bite you. I said, well, I'd rather be bit than to hear this all night.
Oh,
He said, I'm so sorry. He said, don't pick up the cage. He said, it's too heavy. He said, and I'll get him out tomorrow when I get home.
oh.
I said,
Now he must work far away.
yes, he works far away from here.
Mm-hmm.
He actually runs a casino about an hour and 40 minutes from here.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
he
okay.
works 4 days on and 3 days off.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's quite. See, my husband, he's a owner operator, but he's truck driver. So
Mm,
he's now he's home every day, but before he sometimes he would be gone a day. He was not over the road, but he would go to like Chicago.
mm-hmm,
We're in Michigan, and he would go to like Chicago and stuff. But some days if he would, because they're so regulated, he
mm-hmm.
would, if he would run out of hours or something, he might have to stay out. But now he doesn't go to Chicago anymore, so he just goes up north in Michigan, so he doesn't
Well,
have to. But
he's actually done this for 25 years. And he told me just yesterday when he came home, we got here about 6 o'clock. And when he got in the bed, he said, honey, I said, yes, because he woke me. Well, he didn't wake me up, but you know who's getting in your bed, you know?
mm-hmm.
And he said, I just think that I'm going to look at the airport. He said, I think I just want to stay home every night. He said, because I miss you. And I thought, well,
Oh,
hell, I miss you. You
oh,
know?
that's so sweet. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should have seen him today. I forgot how it was to take your temperature.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out of the kitchen with the thermometer. I'm laying on the couch, and he goes, open up. I've got to take your temperature. I thought to myself, I dropped the thermometer out of my mouth because I couldn't hold it in there. I was forgetting how to do it.
Right, because we don't do ours very often. We do
Right.
to the
And I
kids.
had the one the newer ones, the laser ones, I guess, where they
Right,
rub across the forehead, you know?
right.
And I just
Aw.
looked at him and I thought, you just took it's the little things in life that
Right.
matter.
It
And
does.
and it was like he took my temperature.
Right.
And then I told him, I said, honey, I got to just go lay down. I'm going to get sick because I just am nauseated, you know? Well,
Aw.
he was getting ready for work and he come back up with thermometer again. And he took my temperature again. I didn't have a fever. But then I said, I'm just going to lay here and close my eyes. And he said, okay. And he said, but honey, you told me you wanted to take a bath because it makes you feel better. And I said, well, yeah, I do. I think I'm going to get in the bathtub now. And he goes, okay. Well, I never expected him to draw my bath water. And he did. And he put bubbles in it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I
That
thought, well,
is.
that is so kind of you. You know, I
It
mean,
is.
it's the
Little
little
things.
things.
It's the little things, little kind gestures.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. My husband, he's not a flower type guy or, but every once in a while, he will and he'll just surprise me and bring them or like little things like, I don't like to because he gets up at like 2:45 in the morning and I can't sleep. So I will like lay out on the couch until like he goes to work if I happen to fall asleep before he goes to work. And because he wakes up at the slightest noise. So it's like, I don't want to disturb him, because he's driving a semi.
Right.
So I'll, I'll just lay on the couch if I happen to fall asleep until he gets up. And the sweetest little things, like he'll go on like my side of the bed and like pull my covers back. Like, and I told him the other day, and we've been married, 23 years, and I said, that's so sweet. And he's like, what? And I'm like, that you sit in on my side of the bed, you sit and pull my covers back for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's the little things like that that just, um, that mean a lot. It doesn't have to be flowers or, it's those little kind gestures
Yes.
that, you know, that,
And I struggle with that, Jane, I do, because I've always been the doer. I've
mhm,
always been the one to, no, 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 you just sit down. I got it. I'll do this. I'll do that. I just
mhm,
rest. I've always been that person.
yeah,
In my 20-year marriage, I mowed the grass. I went to the store. I did the things in the house. I washed clothes. I did it all.
mhm,
And all of a sudden, my life changed.
yep,
And I'm like, what do you mean don't get my stuff out of my car? I can do it.
right, right,
He's like, no, honey, just sit down and relax. And I'm like, what? And then I get to the point where I don't know how to relax because I don't have anything to do because he wants to do it.
right. His love language is acts of service.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of the love language, the acts of service, um, it's the little things. I don't know about anybody else like in chat, but it's the little things like, with your significant other, my husband, he cooks, cleans, he does laundry. I mean, oh, kids, baths, we both had been married before. Um, and, we always, that's the way, and we both have always worked. God, this was driving me crazy. And, but that's the way your marriage works,
Yep.
and our sons, same way, with their wives. They'll be running a vacuum and, cleaning, taking care of the kid, doing all these things, and back in the day, dads just didn't do those things,
Yep.
but I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful.
I'm grateful too. But it's a learning lesson. It's like
Yeah.
learning for me.
Yeah. Because you're not used to it.
No.
It was different for me at first too. I was surprised. I've learned to really, and then like when now after after all this time, and if he's not doing some stuff, I'm like, oh, are you okay?
Yeah. I've experienced that too.
We went to Florida in March, and this was funny because he had wasn't feeling well before we went, and my husband never like not feels well. He's always just up and going and doing things, and he wasn't feeling well, and so I'm like trying to like get everything packed and clean, and I have to have the house clean and do all these things before I go. And he's just sitting there like watching TV and stuff, and I'm like, are you all right? Like, and and I struggled doing all that by myself. I'm so used to him
So,
helping me do all this stuff,
mm-hmm.
and it made me appreciate him even more.
Yeah.
Like, God, he does do a lot.
Like one day he told me it's funny. One day I'll have to show you all these spice racks. Well, I can show you now. In the kitchen. Hold on. It's the cutest thing. Okay. He told me that when he was a kid, all he wanted to do was cook. Now look.
Oh my gosh.
See? And then the ones that don't have names, he
Uh-huh.
writes. And then I got two of these things, and he told me that's all he wants to do is cook for me. I'm like, why are you gonna cook for me?
That's nice.
He said when he was a kid that he wanted to go to school to be a chef,
Really?
and he just never pursued it. He never did it. And he said now he gets the chance to cook for me. So the other day, his mama always cooked goulash
Mm-hmm.
ways, and so he told me, I'll show you this. It's the cutest thing. He said, Kim, he said, I'm gonna make goulash. He says, but I don't know how my mom did it. So here's his little recipe.
Aw.
And this is what he needed from the store that he could remember that his mom would buy. And I said, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put it up because you wrote it. What you needed from the store. And it's so cute because he wrote salt and pepper. But we already had salt and pepper. We already had chili powder. We already had
Aw.
onions. It was so cute. And I'm like, and he called it chili. But it's not chili.
Aw, that is sweet.
And I thought, you are the cutest thing in the whole world that you want to do this because your mama did,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to make it for me. And I'm like,
That is sweet. See, that's his love language to you. And
yes.
that's my husband's as well. His acts of service. And yeah, that's very, very sweet.
He was just so kind. He did send me flowers when we were, away from each other. And one time, the flowers were late, and he was so upset that the flowers were late. Well, he emails people like companies, or he will email them if something fails, and he needs to tell them about it. And I'm like, he said, "Honey, look in the." He said, they're going to come. He said, they're bringing another one right now. And I said, oh my gosh, Tucker, I don't need another one. It's okay that they were late. No. I had 48 flowers in my house. And I
Aww.
was like, who does this stuff, Who does this
That's
kind
sweet.
of stuff?
September said she could hear your birds.
Yeah. Ask her if she wants me to send them FedEx. I will. Good God Almighty. I mean, they've never been that loud. Never. And I don't know if it's just because, it was, I don't know. I shut
Is
the
it going to
curtain.
storm there?
Nope. No
I don't know
storm.
much about birds. That's one animal we've not had birds. We have dogs and cats, but not birds.
Yeah, I've never had a bird, and I told him the truth. I said the only person that ever owned a bird in my life was my grandfather, and it was a blue parakeet. Well, I was very young, and I let the bird out. I was probably 10, maybe, I don't know. But I was young, and I chased the bird to try to catch him. And my granddaddy always kept his grease. He saved it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
Is he
chased
from
the
the
bird.
south?
Yeah, and it
Yep.
fell in the damn grease.
Mm.
And I thought, and I told him that. I said, that's the only time I ever had experience with a bird, and I killed it. And he said, oh my God. He said, there's nothing. He said, if they get out, Kim, please don't kill them. I said, honey, I would never do that. I said, but I'm just telling you what I did when I was a child by accident. And he started
Dr.
laughing at
Tucker.
me.
Aw.
But I told him, please, we got to do something with them because I can't. And so he promised tomorrow he would get them out of the bedroom.
And I'm sure he will.
I told him, I said, you have two choices. Either me or the birds. I will go get a hotel room and I will sleep by myself. He said, no, honey. He said, they're just birds. I said, I know, but
Now, did his mother live there with him?
she did. She did. But I think in my heart, I believe that she knew she was sick.
Mm-hmm.
And she made the decision to not get treatment and just not tell him.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's a thing or people actually really do that. I don't know. But when she had the stroke here at the house, and this is like a good reminder too to leave your phone where you could get it if you needed it,
Mm-hmm.
because she fell. When she fell, she tried to crawl to get her phone and she couldn't. And she
Oh,
couldn't get the phone. And so there's only a certain time frame that you have, I
right.
guess, to take medicine.
Right.
And I didn't know that either. And so she couldn't call 911 for help.
Oh, that's
So
awful.
she was really bad off. And after that, she just went to the hospital and found out that she had stage 4 lung cancer. And I thought, well, if you have stage 4, wouldn't you know something different about your body in the previous?
Did I mute her or did she mute?
No, I muted
Oh,
because I almost peed myself.
oh,
So I ran to the bathroom real quick.
oh.
But when they were in the hospital, that's where Tucker found out that she had the stage 4 lung cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a very good woman. She was very, her and her son had a relationship that he loved his mother with every breath he took.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that she knew the bond. She knew that he loved her. She knew that he would do anything for her. And I don't think that she wanted to put him through it, is what I think. Because I don't know if you could have stage 4 and not notice something wrong with your body. You know what I mean? I don't know how to.
Yes, with that's what I work in oncology, and yes and no. So, um, with lung cancer, and that's what my dad passed away from. He, but with lung cancer, usually with that one, went by the time that you show symptoms, unless they catch it on, say, they a CT scan or something on accident, um, it's usually stage 3 or 4 before they find out.
Really?
Yep. Lung cancer, especially depending on if it was like small cell um, lung cancer, that's a very aggressive um, lung cancer, and it usually grows very rapidly. And usually the symptoms for that is, I mean, a lot of, like, if she was a smoker, she might have had a cough or something like that that she might have always had. But another thing would have been like, my dad always complained that his back hurt. Well, yeah, his back hurt. His back hurt. Doctors treating him for back pain. And the, what was it? It was the June before my dad passed. He died in March. The June before, he was in the hospital because he did have COPD. He was a very heavy smoker. My dad Buddy reminds me of my dad, his funniness
Really?
so much. Oh, I put that in chat the other day. I says he makes me laugh, and how funny your dad is. My dad was funny like that.
Really? I'm
Yes.
glad.
And I says it just makes me laugh. I said it brings back a lot of memories because my dad was just very funny, very blunt, very, like that. But so that June before my dad was diagnosed with cancer, he had a COPD exacerbation, and they did CT scans and stuff, and there was no lung cancer that showed up on any of the scans. And then he went into the hospital on February the 12th with another COPD episode. And they found it. They did a biopsy, said he was stage 4, small, it was small cell lung cancer, and he died March 23rd.
Wow.
Very fast, very fast.
It was January 14th. His mom had the stroke, and then she was completely. I guess the medication that they give you, within that time frame, she didn't get, and so it paralyzed her on the left side. No use of it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to use straps to pull her out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
He had to, take care of her that way. But she went on February 14th to the rehab, to help her regain strength and stuff like that. And before they went, they told her, you have stage 4. And he kind of kept it from me for a while. And it was March 14th that she passed away.
Mm. That's
And
so real quick. Mm-hmm.
he said it was a tumor behind the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to read up about it and stuff because I didn't want to ask questions, and he's telling me, honey, it's okay to ask me anything. And didn't want to ask, questions that could possibly hurt him,
Mm-hmm.
And so I read about strokes, and I read about lung cancer, and I read about these things. And I thought that maybe, just maybe, she didn't want to know. Or when the doctors would come in and Tucker would be gone, like to come home to let his dog out, or when he never went to work while she was in the hospital, ever. But she didn't want, at one point she wanted to be resuscitated.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next time she turned around, she didn't want resuscitation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but she didn't want like tubes. She didn't want, please be quiet. I'm talking to Jane. Trader Village, stop. Flea market, be quiet. That's what I've been calling them, flea and market.
Oh my gosh.
That's what they sound like when you walk into a flea market in Texas. It's all you hear.
Right, right.
I'm like, oh my God, their names is flea market.
Oh my gosh.
But
Now, you're from Dallas, right? My brother
yes.
lived, one of my brothers lived in San Antonio for quite a long time.
Oh wow.
And that's a beautiful place.
Yes.
He used to run a very large radio station there.
Really?
Called was it was it the Shark there, or was it the Shark in New Hampshire? Maybe it's the Shark in New Hampshire. I can't remember the one but it was a really large radio station. He's a productions producer.
Oh, how cool.
Radio station.
Wow.
Yeah. Now they live a wonderful life, him and my sister-in-law, of traveling in an RV.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Like all they sold their house, they sold everything, and she works all remote, and he is a photographer and does some photography, and he manages a couple YouTube channels, and they travel the United States.
Sweet Pea, they're hollering at you. I just read your comment. That woodpecker drove me crazy in Texas. And now I got these flea and market in here. Damn it. And yes, I did save the flowers that he gave me. I dried them all.
You showed that one on one of your lives, and what did you hung them upside down? Isn't that what you?
Yeah, I would pick a couple of them out of the bouquet or whatever kind of flowers I would get. I would pick a couple of them out and I would hang them upside down, and I would dry them in my garage. And then when I just put them back in the vase. And then please, flea market, be quiet. Hello, I'm right here. Did you hear me? Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Kim. Can y'all be quiet? Thank you. I think I'm feeling better. My stomach is not at all nauseous whatsoever. Or else I would just be crying over these birds right now.
That's good.
Yeah. Gosh. They get me so off track, I can't even think because they get so loud. And I'm wondering, what the hell are they saying to each other? But
something has riled them, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think it might be the dogs too, because the dogs come up here with me.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're not used to it.
I think they're used to just one, not three.
Hmm.
But I'm
Right.
like, oh my God. But yeah, he bought me also these roses called kaleidoscope roses.
Right. I remember seeing those.
Oh
Yeah.
God, they're beautiful. They look like they're tie-dyed. And
Hmm.
so I hung the whole bouquet upside down and I dried them and they look beautiful. They look just like they did when they gave them to me, except they're just dried in that color, those colors that they came with. And I love them. And he's like,
Yeah.
honey, I can't believe you saved all these. I'm like, yeah, I did.
Yeah, they
Oh,
looked
Mom.
beautiful. I'm gonna have to try that sometime to do that with some flowers because that was really pretty.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous. In the whole bouquet I dried, I put it back into the vase that it came in,
Hmm.
and they never never changed, never fallen apart, nothing.
Hmm.
So I love them. And I told him once we get everything straight, we're going to put them out. But getting things straight is the hard part.
Right. I know. Yeah.
But he loves the fact that I did it. He's just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you saved all this stuff. I'm
That
like, I
is
did. I did.
that
But
is
he did hang the picture that he bought me about 3 months after we met. This big, huge poster, but it's framed. And
uh-huh.
it's beautiful frame. And it says, to my special lady from the day we met. And it's got a heart and it's got the stars over Denver the night that I met him. It's the star map.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it says, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll try. Hold on. See the star map?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's up there. It says to my special lady the day we met, and then the star map. And then this says stars above Denver, Colorado, on the 7th of June at 7:45.
Oh my gosh. Now that is really sweet.
And this, I always say, that's two people holding hands.
Oh.
And I said, this is a giraffe. So when I came here one time, he took me to feed giraffes. I was like, oh my God, you're so silly, but you remember everything. Like, he's so cute.
Are you by Denver?
I am. I'm 40 minutes away from Denver.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
My nephew's going to be living in Denver in about a month. So
You tell him traffic is awful and the roads are terrible. It's
yeah,
always under construction. Always.
there's a YouTuber that I've been following for about 3 years since I've been on here that I chat with quite a bit. I don't know. Do you know who Save Robbie is?
I love Save Robbie.
Save Rob. I love Save Robbie, and that's where he's from, Denver. And yes, so that's when so I've been following been with him for about 3 years now, watching, him and then Molly and well, first Molly and then Molly was doing and then she was, and then I found Save Robbie from Molly. And then there was that was back when the CW the Watts case was huge, and so that was when I was really into it. But I would love to do because I'm really into the true crime stuff, but and like the missing kids, but I don't even want to go down that road because
Yeah, me either.
people are too mean. But I'm like I have my addiction. Like I said, I have a couple addictions like true crime, makeup, shoes, and
Yeah.
purses.
That's me.
And but I just I don't want to go down that road because I couldn't handle people being mean to me.
Yeah.
That's just not my personality. I'm
Yeah.
not like I don't have that personality to like, some people they can like go back and forth with like being like, you know, go at people and stuff, and that's not me. Like,
Yeah, that's not me
I
either.
can't. I would
I
cry.
never want to
I'd,
do that. I never want to fight with someone. I
nope,
never,
nope.
and
It's not
I've learned a whole bunch. Especially in the last couple months on YouTube, that some things you got to be real careful because, I'll get heartbroken and I'll never tell anyone, or
right.
my
Mhm.
feelings will be hurt, but I will never tell anyone. It's just, that's why like when I started my channel, I haven't even got to life after 40. I want to tell my story and,
Right,
to let women know that there is life, even when you feel
right,
like, you know, you're over the hill. You know what I
right,
mean? That
right,
don't give up on yourself. There really
right.
is
Because you have
life.
a very happy story.
Yes. And
Yes,
I don't want other women to think that, well, I should just stay even though they're not happy, or I should just do this. Do what makes you happy. We only live
right,
one time,
right.
and that's what I really wanted to gear my channel to. And then all of a sudden, I told my dad about Shorty. And I said,
Oh,
Dad, I want you to meet Shorty from Jersey. I said, you'd love her. And ever since then, that's what he looks forward to. And he
he
looks forward to
does.
finding me on the live. And I'm like, oh God,
He
here you
does.
come.
But he's so funny. Does he even realize how funny he is?
No, he has no idea.
My dad didn't either. My
Mhm.
dad didn't either, and didn't realize how funny he actually was.
And sometimes he'll say stuff and he'll call me the next day and I'll go, hey, Dad. And he'll go, and he's laughing hysterically. And I go, what's wrong, Dad? And he'll go, I can't believe I said X, Y, and Z. And I said, well, Dad, you did. And he'll
Hmm.
laugh but he's by himself
Right.
he rents a room
Hmm.
and he's gotten a liking to the dog. The dog's taken to him, which it wasn't his. It was the lady that owns the house.
Okay.
And so he has nothing better to do. And when
Right.
I introduced him to Shorty, it was every single day. He
Hmm.
thought Shorty should be on every day.
Hmm.
When he went on YouTube, she had to be on, and he calls it TV.
Hi, Sue Bug.
And I'm like, oh gosh. And then when I went live, he got me that way. And
Right.
I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how many other people he doesn't know to click your name to find channel. He
Uh-huh.
does, because I've asked him. He doesn't know, like when someone channel's dropped,
Hmm.
like he doesn't know to press it and go subscribe. He has no clue. And I'm like, I don't need to tell you that because I don't want you to pop up on somebody's channel and say, hey, buddy's here. I said, it's
Oh,
not
he could.
everybody.
Because I get a joy out of him. He makes me laugh. And um I really, really enjoyed. God, this glare is driving me crazy because I have this little laptop. I can't see chat without my damn glasses because I'm blind as hell. And then, but I don't have like my lights or anything because I'm just here at my cabin. So I just brought my laptop. And so I'm like, and every time I move or do anything, then it gets in. Maybe this is,
A glare.
yeah, there's like a blue glare in my, it's like, I don't know if it's coming from my shirt or where it's coming from, but, or maybe
I think it's just
down,
your screen.
maybe it is a screen or something. I don't know,
Mhm.
but yeah,
I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to tell Dad that you could really. I mean, he knows that there's 1,000 YouTube channels, but not like our little ones where we're intimate and we have fun. And he always
yeah.
says, "Did I do good last night? I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings." I said, "Dad, you did good." I said, "Everybody's jaws hurt."
I was laughing. I laughed. I thought I was going to wake my house up. I said, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. I said, that was some good medicine last night to have that kind of laughter. It's
Yeah,
good for your soul.
and that's the thing is that my dad would never do harm to a soul,
No.
but people on
No.
the YouTube streets talk really bad about him, and it's really horrible because my dad means no harm. He is just hilarious. He has funny jokes. He is very
Right.
vile.
Right. Right.
And, you know, I hope that, like, I never wanted him to learn how to read chat. Well, he learned how to read chat. And So I just told him, I said, listen, I said, if you ever hear anything ugly, I said, just remember that you're on YouTube.
Right.
Like, people are going to be mean. And that's why he was saying last night, he didn't care. You know, if somebody was mean to him, he would start his own damn channel. I'm like, oh, no, you
Right. Oh gosh.
no, stop, please. And, but you know, people, it doesn't bother me with my dad because that's always been my dad. You
That
know,
my dad was the same way.
I don't
And
know any other
yeah,
person, you know?
meant no harm, but and he was very vulgar, very vile.
Yeah.
My dad was a bad alcoholic and stuff, so he, you know, especially when he was drinking, you know, it would be it would be much, much worse.
Yeah. That's one thing that he doesn't really do is drink anymore. Now, when he would go out and play and shows and stuff like that, he would Budweiser and Jägermeister was his.
Oh boy.
And I
Yeah,
thought,
Sue Buck says he knows how to unmute himself now. Yeah.
yeah, he does. And then you can mute his butt, and in 2 seconds later, he unmutes himself. And I'm like, how do you do that?
He figured it out.
I mean,
He's a smart guy.
oh yeah, for 2 days, this man sat and tried to figure it out how to get on Shorty's channel.
That's funny.
I think he even stayed up one night late to figure out how to use his camera.
I think it's a joy. I really enjoy it. You know, I'll speak for myself personally. I think that he he's a real joy. I just get a kick out of him. I see where you get your funny personality from.
That's, you know, when I was growing up, I would ask my mom, I'm not like you. Like, who am I like? And she'd go, you're just exactly like your father. You're your father all over. And I'd go, well, because I didn't relate to her. Like, I carried this personality. I carried these, you know, characteristics about me that was not my mother at all. And so when I met my dad, I finally learned, here is where I come from. I am you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think I was about 21. I was right
Oh,
before
really?
baby.
Oh,
And,
really?
yeah, I was 21 years old. And I mean, my mom knew. My mom knew how to contact my dad. I remember seeing him at 5 years old, but not like carried on a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes your mom's right when they say, you know, maybe it's just not the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never understood that. Mom never told me. Mom never, you know, and I just went through life, and I knew that he was out there, you know. And finally I met him, and I just realized, holy shit, I knew why Mom said what she said. She's right. And, you know, I was 21. He was in the band all the time. I'm crazy. And right about that time was when I met my my husband. And I'm like, oh gosh, they were exactly the same personality wise. And
Mm-hmm.
oh my gosh, I just thought to myself, what did I get myself into? But I don't know. My dad's just been my dad, and I've always cherished him, and I always have felt like he's war cape to me.
Mm-hmm.
He has nothing. He has nothing to offer.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, he's Superman.
Right. Right.
And I never want to feel any different about him, you know. And that's why I just thought I'll share him with Shorty, because I knew what I told Shorty. You got to realize what you're getting into here, honey.
Right.
It isn't just somebody's going to come on your channel and talk. He's very blunt, and he just says the way he feels. And they developed a relationship, and Shorty's husband and my dad developed a relationship. Please, birds. I'm going to use Shorty's word. I'm going to throw you out the window. Gosh. But they developed a relationship and had fun. And then you'd hear Shorty's husband, you know, comment more and say things in the background. And it brought him out of his shell hearing my dad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear it all the time that he is so funny. And you go to bed laughing. And you'll think about something he said, or you just giggle, and you just don't. And that's what I want people to do. I want you to fall asleep laughing, because you know what? This world is horrible.
It is.
It's a bad place to be.
It is. And it seems like it's getting worse. I mean, maybe I've just lived such a sheltered life. And very, very small towns, very rural. They don't even deliver our mail. My town is so small that we have to go to the post office to get our mail.
Wow.
Just very small country, rural towns, and maybe I'm just been sheltered. I don't know. I don't, you know, get out much. I don't know, but um it seems to me that it's way worse
Yeah.
than what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, like my niece, like she's in her 30s now. I mean, I knew that like bullying and stuff has always existed. I mean, that's, I know that that's something that's always, but it just seems, I mean, adults, you're seeing adults doing it.
Yes.
And it's, to me, it's just so horrendous
Yeah.
to
And
me.
that's the thing, is that it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it just comes right down to people really don't care about each other anymore like
No.
we used to. I still portray that I care about you. But people just don't anymore. I told Tucker the other day, everybody's out for themselves. And he said, Kim,
Right.
everyone is an asshole. That's exactly
Right.
what he said. And I said, but I don't want to live in a world where there's a bunch of assholes, because I'm not an asshole.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'll give you this shirt off my back.
Right.
And he said, honey, that's just you and probably 10 people in America.
Right.
It's just awful.
And at some points, I wish not. I never want to be hard, and I never want to not be humble or anything like that. But I do wish at some points, like my husband's kind of like, screw you, like he has that kind of attitude, like he doesn't really care what people think, or it doesn't bother him, to where me, I take everything to heart. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that somebody would say that, and to him, he's like, who cares, and I'm like, I can't believe it, and my feelings are hurt, and so at some point, I wish that I could like let things like that just like, I don't care,
Yeah.
and I wish I had that personality a little bit, to not be so sensitive, but I'm very sensitive.
Yeah.
Very, very sensitive, and I do care, and I cry at commercials when you see, hungry children, or
Yeah.
different things. Like, I mean, I can't. Animals, anything, babies,
Yeah.
I'm a huge sap,
Mm-hmm.
so but
That's me too.
yeah.
Underneath everything, with my dad, he loves Katie
Oh, you can
so
tell.
much.
Yep.
He loves her. And my dad has always been the special needs and dogs, and I mean, in any animal.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
he's even talked to me on the phone and says, I just hope every time that she sees me, I make her day. He said, I don't care
Yep.
how long I live. He said,
Yep.
but I just want to make her day.
Yep.
And I said, Dad, she smiles and giggles when you're on and loves to be beside you when you're on there.
Yep.
I said, she just adores you.
She
And he
did.
said, honey, I will make her smile every time I see her.
She's so sweet. I
Oh,
hope that people are not kind to her.
Yeah, that would be very, very, very heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
That might be when Kim would flip and just say, how could you ever treat someone like that?
Yeah. Because she's so full of love and kindness.
Yes.
She's so kind, and she loves everybody so much.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so happy to be there.
She doesn't know a stranger. She doesn't know hate. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know color. She doesn't know.
Right.
She just knows love.
Wouldn't our world be such a better place if we all had a bunch of Katies in it?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our world would be different if everybody could be a Katie.
Yep. Yep. We all
She
need to
lives
keep.
and breathes kindness. She lives and breathes,
Yep.
doing the right thing and laughing and,
Yep.
having fun
Just
in
so
her little
sweet.
house. So sweet. And her mom, is there. Her mom listens in,
Mm-hmm.
when she's on. And I think she's guided through her mom just to make sure she don't go to any wrong place.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But my dad surely loves her. And y'all are my dad's friends. That's all he's got. He looks forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, he's called me 3 times tonight and I haven't answered because I know what he wants to know.
If Shorty was coming out, because she
Yeah.
said earlier that she might. He probably doesn't. Does he know how to go back and watch? If
I don't know. I
yeah,
don't want to explain it to him because I feel like he'll never sleep.
yeah,
And he doesn't realize, I know he realizes it's not just Shorty in the YouTube world, but he's got that bond with Shorty. That's where he wants to go. And that's
mhm,
where his TV show is Shorty. I
right.
think God
Well, and
almighty.
it's fun. I mean, I haven't laughed so much on YouTube until I found Shorty's channel.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everything was dull and like
it's
sad.
funny. She's funny. I mean, her chat. It's the group of people that are there, and it's fun and it's
Yeah.
funny and vintage and the games and everybody that's there in the chat, and everybody's kind. I mean, I have not noticed, and maybe I'm blind, but I find that I think everybody in chat, I think everybody's kind in there.
Yeah. There's no
And
ulterior motives there, and I've seen a lot of ulterior motives with several channels, and it's just
yeah,
like, it's just a fun place to be, you
yeah,
know? And that's
yeah,
exactly why I said, Dad, I want you to meet Shorty, was
hmm,
because I knew they both had that, they both cuss like crazy. And I knew that he would just feel at home there.
right. It's a
And
good group. That's right, Gertz. It is a good group. It is, and it's fun. And I think that, everybody's just there just to have a good time. No drama.
mm-mm.
Nobody wants to talk about anybody else. It's just go and have a good time and laugh and cut up, and it's just a fun time.
Oh
And
yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it. And but last night I about peed myself just laughing because your dad just had me cracking up. He was just coming after him, just one right after another. It was like bam, bam, bam.
And
I
he
was
just
just
spit it out, he don't have to
yeah,
think about it.
yeah,
He just says it. And that is just funny to me that he's able to do that,
yeah.
just spit it right out.
See, my husband's like that too, and I'm not quick-witted like that.
Uh-uh.
I have to say, you are quick-witted.
You think so?
Yes, you're very quick-witted, and because you're good at coming up with stuff too. And but I'm not, like, I'd have to sit and think about it, for a minute. But yeah, but my husband's like that too. He's funny, and he's very quick-witted too. And I was listening to it on my phone on the way up, because we're about 2 hours drive up to our cabin. And at first he was listening to the radio, and then he started turning the radio down and down, and then he started listening to it, and he was laughing, and stuff at Shorty and the people on there and stuff. And so it was funny. And he was, because they were talking about the accents, about people having accents, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
she does have an accent, but here we are, Michigan. People probably think I have an accent, but I don't think I have an accent. But to myself,
Right. I don't think I do either. And people say, yes, you do.
yeah, yeah,
Uh-uh.
yeah. Of course, we don't to ourselves, And he's like, where's she from? New York or where? And I was like, Jersey. And he's like, oh yeah, he could tell, they were laughing. But and then the radio ended up getting turned down and down and down, because then he started listening to it. But it was funny.
It's good that, Dad can make people laugh. Dad can make
Mm-hmm.
people smile. You'll go to bed with hurt cheeks. You wake up and you're damn sore. You don't realize that you've laughed for 5 hours or 6 hours. And You know, he's just, I want that to be his legacy when he goes, is that he gave everybody a smile.
Yep.
I mean,
That could be something. And then do you see Sue Bug? She says, and you were trying to get serious and trying to listen to Kim's seriousness, and Buddy kept interrupting her, and she'd mute him and then he'd interrupt himself. Yeah.
oh yeah. And then he swears that we throw him out. I don't throw you out. He's called me 170 times in a week. Why do you keep throwing me out? Why does Shorty throw me out? I'm not doing it. We're not throwing you out. You're doing something wrong. He goes, no, no, no. Y'all are throwing me out for a reason. Tell me what I did. And I'm like, oh my God, Father. I don't even know how to take you right now. Nobody's throwing you out. We love you, Dad. I promise.
And then Sweet Pea says that there's people saying bad things about him, like other channels.
Yeah.
What is that? She says, I don't think Jane does. LOL, not yet anyway. What was that? I must have missed something.
Yeah, I mean, my dad's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay, but my dad means no harm, and my dad can defend himself. I'll let him defend himself, but it's just so sad that this man, is kind of like a lot of people on YouTube. You know what I mean? This is where we come to have fun. This is where we come, and it makes me sad that my dad it is who he is who he is. And I just thought, I even have spoken with Justin. So Justin, should I just tell him not to come back? And Justin tells me, hell no. Your dad is so funny that it's the ones that can't laugh that have the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells me, don't ever stop your dad from coming on.
Yeah.
He's fun.
That's your dad. Yeah. And that's your dad. Yeah. No.
Justin told me today, he said, Kim, I laughed my ass off last night.
Mm-hmm.
He said, so hard.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he is so funny.
So funny.
And I said, well, I am so glad that, people do appreciate him. But then some people just might be ugly because, they might not like Shorty's channel, or they might not like my channel, or I don't know. But, my dad is really, he has nothing else to do. And we gave him something to do.
Did you see Chrissy's best line? Hi, Chrissy. He said, Chrissy's best line, Buddy's best line, we're all virtual.
He did.
He did. Like I said, he's quick-witted. And he just comes up with, like that. But yeah, I was rolling. My dog kept looking at me like, what in the hell? Because was trying really hard not to just bust out laughing, because I'd wake up my whole house, because I'm loud. And I was just dying and just trying to, I think I gave myself a hernia from laughing, from trying to hold in, my laugh. But it was just a hoot. I was even telling my husband, I'm like, you should have heard. I says, Dave, you would have been dying laughing.
I mean, he is just that way. But I love him for that, because he is who he is,
Mm-hmm.
And when he came out and said, you're all a bunch of virtual assholes.
Could you imagine sitting around a campfire with him? And
I have.
Numerous
times.
Yeah.
And there is no going to bed.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't shut up, and he'll talk about everything. I mean, everything. He'll talk about the vaccines. He'll talk about political things, and he means no harm.
No.
But he will laugh. I mean, you're not allowed to go to sleep around him. He's got to be the first one to go to bed. Or else he's going to go through the house and open up your door and ask you, what the hell are you doing in there? I mean, he is just Buddy.
Yep. That's funny.
He's funny. And when he gets pissed, it's even funnier.
And he said he's in Virginia Beach, he said yesterday. We were talking about going to there next year. I was like, oh, I would definitely have to meet. I was like, oh my God, my boys, if we do go, they would have a hoot with him. But you said he doesn't drink or anything anymore.
He will. I mean, he will have a Budweiser on occasions. My dad only has like a quarter of his stomach. They had to remove it. So
Mm.
he doesn't really eat a whole lot, and he
Mhm.
never drinks a whole lot ever.
Mhm.
But he will occasionally,
Uh-huh.
he would definitely go and meet you and your sons and have a beer. He would
Oh,
not say
yeah.
no to that.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact you can't get him to shut up. He
Yeah.
can stay there
Oh,
forever.
they would just I mean, because that's their personality too, and they would just be rolling,
And
you know?
when I used to drink and go out with him, there was just no way I could. Like my dad would drink just a little bit, but me,
Mhm.
I was the heavy drinker. And
Mhm.
I mean, he'd have the whole damn bar listening to him.
Right.
And I just would tell him, Dad, just shut up. I would always say, shut up. Because everyone is coming over here listening to your damn stories. And every person that walked by, he had to make a comment. And it got funnier and funnier.
Yeah.
And I mean, people that would sit at the bar alone, men or women that had nothing to do, they were by themselves, had no significant other,
Mhm.
would hear him and then join the conversation. And by the time we were done, we had a big full table. And here's my dad just didn't shut up. But those are the days. I mean, I loved those days, and those days I
Mhm.
cherish. But I just don't go out like that at all anymore.
I mean, like, we'll go out, but I rarely I mean, if I do drink, I just have, like, a drink or 2. I don't hardly ever, drink anything. Um, I've always been the responsible mom and
Yeah,
driver and, so I just always so, I mean, not that I judge anybody for doing it. I've just never been one to really do, like I said, if I do, I'll just have like one or something.
right. Hmm.
I'm not a, I'm just fine with having Coke or a water and can sit and laugh. And I have, I have really bad headaches. I had a benign brain tumor, um, a meningioma, the same as I think MGL had. And as I think that's what kind she has. But I had one actually it's the first now. So 3 years ago today, I had it removed. And I think it is at 12 o'clock. Yeah. So the first, and I have a plate in my head here. And so ever since I've had it removed, I get really bad headaches, migraine headaches. And I take like 4 different headache medications like every day. Plus I get Botox and like so I'm just like so over it. So it's like I feel like crap so much with my head as it is. I don't need like anything else to add to my crapness of the way I feel.
Right.
So, it's like nothing else that's gonna give me a headache. So, I tend to just not, you know, um, do that, but, um, it's, uh, it's been my face is I've been on, like, steroids and stuff, so I have, like, that steroid face, where you get, um, your face gets real puffy and, um, I've gained, like, 30 some pounds, from all the medications, and it's been like, oh. Then you have to take medicine for the side effects of the medicine, and it's just like I'm just kinda over it.
Yeah.
So, I didn't I mean, I'm grateful and very blessed that, it was benign and everything's fine and, it's good and, I'm very, very grateful for that, but the headaches dealing with those, it just kind of sucks some days.
Oh yeah. I Tucker has nasal polyps.
Mhm.
Had to go in and have them removed many times, and he gets severe headache. Was ringing. Sorry,
Mhm.
that was Kimber. She's probably wondering where everybody's at.
Oh,
But yeah, he gets severe headaches a lot with the nasal stuff. I feel bad for him at times.
yeah.
But I don't know how he does it when he goes to lay down and the fucking birds are doing that thing. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're
them birds are just going nuts. And if you have a headache and hearing them birds, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, that I couldn't handle that.
Uh uh-uh.
Yeah.
I mean, even feeling nauseated, I couldn't handle it. And with him, with those
Mhm.
bad headaches, I mean, you could see it written all over his face that he's in pain,
Mhm.
and he just wants to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's just used to it. Maybe. I don't know.
Mm.
But I can't get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
especially, somebody that's not used to having the headaches, and it's become part of my daily life for 3 years now.
Yep.
And I don't wanna say that. I've started getting Botox in when did I s January, I had my first, so I don't have them up until January, I had them every single day. Now, I don't get them every single day anymore, the Botox is helping, but with the weather in Michigan, our weather just sucks. It's cold, it was like 46 degrees up here today, and no sunshine, and it's like, and it's, but last weekend it was 80,
Oh, wow.
and that change of, whether it'll go, it's just very inconsistent. 80 was crazy. That's not something typical for us, for Michigan, but um, it was warm, and then we've had a lot of rain, but it's been cold and just, um, but I think the lack of sunshine just really affects me
Yeah,
too,
I
you
bet
know?
so. I've been to Lansing before when I was a child.
That's about 20 minutes from my house.
Really? Yeah, that's where
Mhm.
my mom's best friend. That's where her family was from, and so I took a trip with them to Lansing.
Uh-huh.
And I think there was a car manufacturer nearby, and I want to say Pontiac, but I'm not sure. I was a kid. I don't remember, but I remember
Well,
like
General Motors is huge here.
that's probably what it was.
Uh-huh.
But I remember that. I remember them telling
Yep.
me that.
Yeah,
hmm
we're considered the big 3 here. We have, GM, Chrysler, and Ford plants here in
Wow.
Michigan. I'm
Yeah.
sure other places too, but we have the big, plants here, mainly General Motors, and then we have Ford and Chrysler,
Dang.
um, big ones, but, yeah, our families were all GM workers and stuff.
So strange. I'll be 44 coming up, and I still remember that driving through.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, this is my daughter, Jane. Are you going to be on in a little bit? I'm going to take her
Yeah,
call. Okay,
yeah,
I'll be
but
back.
I was glad that you came up though.
Yes, I'm glad. I'll come right back. I just need to tell her
Okay,
good night.
okay,
Okay, honey, I'll be back.
okay. I appreciate you guys coming to the live today. I'm surprised it even worked for me to even be able to come up here and join the live because like I said, I didn't have 50, but maybe it was because I didn't have because I've had my channel and I had StreamYard set up before YouTube did that 50. Um, but to know how to use it, I'm really don't know what I'm doing at all. I don't know who's left in here. It says there's 2 people left in here. Is anyone left in here? Well, I do appreciate everybody coming and watching this. It's been nice. I just didn't even know if this was actually going to work to come on. But well, it says there's 2 people. Oh, I haven't seen anyone say anything bad about Buddy. I haven't either, Sweet Pea. I enjoy him thoroughly. I think he is I think he's very sweet and he makes me laugh. But you know, I thought it was great last night. It was quite comical, and I enjoy him. This is this is then I just sitting here trying to figure out how to use. I don't even know how to really use this thing. The StreamYard. Like I said, I was just trying it out just to see if and I was gonna do like a just to leave a message and stuff, and it ended up working, and then people came in, and I'm that's exciting. But Chrissy said bunch of virtual assholes. That was hilarious. Grandest basketball. Oh, that's funny. Do you want to come up, Sweet Pea? I can put the link in there. Just seeing if anybody was left in here. Thank you so much, Grits. I appreciate you coming in for my first live. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I appreciate you coming in to support me. And thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. I think, Grits, I think we shared, remember seeing in a chat, I think we shared the same birthday. Isn't your birthday January 13th? Thank you so much, Grits. Yes, birthday twins. Yes. I appreciate you guys. I'd never even been on a panel before. And I decided I was like gonna do this. Like I said, I just wanted to say so, about kindness and just that's I just want to chat and have fun. But thank you so much, Grits, and hope to see you soon. I just wanted to, just talk about being kind and we just don't really know what's going on with other people and um it just um I just wanted to, as it was seeing with Naomi Judd, it just really put, another reminder again of just how precious life is and how fragile life is. And we just don't know what anybody's going through. And, the little comments of, oh, she's ugly or she has looks like she had plastic surgery, whatever somebody mean wants to say, you just don't know what is going to be that little push that might just send them over the edge. And how would you feel if knowing that that was what you said that did it? I mean, like, I could never live with myself. I mean, to know that, oh my gosh, I said something that made somebody do that to themselves. And, you just don't know. Um, there was also, um, the was she Miss USA 2019? Um, she was beautiful. She had a lot going for her. She was educated. She had all of these things. She actually, she was a mental health advocate. She had, um, all these things. And you would think, looking from the outside in, that she had everything, had all this stuff together, not knowing what's going on the inside, as a stranger looking in, or looking at her. You think, wow, she's got it all going for her. And little did anybody know, you know of whatever it was that day that pushed her over the edge, and made her do it. Just need to be kind, and be more aware of what people are feeling, and um put the focus back more on um what matters, and just be humble and kind. And I think that everybody's left here, so um I appreciate everybody that did tune in. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot, and um, I will um, go live again someday. Um, Hopefully soon. Now that I know that I can, maybe if I have people come up and um, can do it, and but I do appreciate everybody. And I know Kim said she was going to come back, but I know she's going to talk to her daughter. So it is late, and I hope everybody has a great night. And I will talk to everybody soon. And until we talk again, I hope everybody has a great day, and much love to all. Bye.